Welcome back to Run Through TV. My name is Ben Shepherd, and here is a question for you. Have you ever wanted to run the length of a country? I'm imagining the answer to that question is probably no. Well, today's guest did want to do it and has actually done it.
Hi, I'm Menna Evans, and in January 2020, 1st of January 2020, I set off from Cape Reinga and ran to Bluff. So that's the top to bottom of New Zealand. And I set a Guinness World Record for fastest female to do so.
If you just move your head out of the way, Menna, I think we can see the record behind you, can we?
Yeah, guilty.
Display it with pride, Menna. What an absolutely monumental achievement. But what was the reasoning behind Menna actually wanting to do this challenge?
So bear with me, I'm going to try and make a short story out of a very long story. So in 2017, my dad sadly passed away. And before several years before he did, he wanted to walk John O'Groats to Land's End and asked me if I would like to do so. Sadly, his health decreased and we never got the opportunity to do so. So at his funeral, I made a vow to run it in his memory. And so a year later, summer of 2018, I did that. I ran the full length of Britain, John O'Groats to Land's End. And it was amazing. It was magical. It helped me grieve for Dad and enjoy the memories, and I felt like he was with me the whole way. However, coming to the end of that journey, I decided that I needed something else, another focus. I'd had such a blast and I didn't want the journey to end. And so I picked a country that I'd been to before. So I was pretty comfortable. I knew a few people around there, and so I thought New Zealand, why not? It's a little bit like Wales on steroids. So it was home from home for me. And so, that was it. I set my sights high and thought, let's raise some money for mental health charities, one which was in New Zealand, one which was in the UK, Mind. And thought, let's go for the world record. Don't do things by halves, and the rest is history.
Okay then, time to talk something I know we all love, logistics and mileage. How did Menna actually break down the days that she was out there in New Zealand and ultimately bag the record?
It was a bit of a juggle. I'm a mum, and so I ran sort of two halves, if you like, of New Zealand. Obviously there's the North Island, the South Island. For the North Island, my son and my mum came out with me. So rather than just focusing solely as a challenge, just my own sort of selfish needs, it was a bit more of a holiday. So I thought a cut-off point, I'm going to do a certain amount of mileage, which was about approximately 30 miles a day. So I could spend then some time with my mum and son and turn it into that holiday. So when I got to the bottom of the North Island, they then went home. I pulled my socks up and then cracked out sort of 35 to 40 miles then throughout the duration of the South Island. So in total, it was, I've written it down because I've forgotten, 1,280 miles. And I did that in 35 days and 27 minutes.
Through a journey of 1,280 miles, quite far, there are going to be a lot of ups and downs. For Menna, what were those?
The hardest day was obviously saying goodbye to my son, because knowing that I wasn't going to see him for several weeks, and we'd had such an amazing time, that was really emotionally hard, just saying goodbye to him at the airport. But I did that, and I thought I'll get the tears and things out of the way. And then when I woke up the next morning, it was just like, right, focus. This is the challenge. Time to pull the socks up and just get on with it. And so I did. I treated it very differently. There were so many challenges, and this is what I say to people. It became more than just about the running. It was everyday challenges that we woke up to. So there was a very long bridge that was about 2 kilometers long, and it was illegal to actually cross on foot. And it was amazing. I had a fire, the firefighters turned up that day and they helped me, and it coincided with a big lorry that turned up, so they had to close the road anyway. So yeah, and the weather presented many different challenges, from extremes, the winds, the sun, the rain. It had it all, and every day was so completely different. So yeah, lots and lots of different challenges. I'd say the highest point then was obviously finishing. I'd envisaged it every day, from the day that I started, and I actually did a live feed through Facebook, and I was warned. John, who was with me, who helped me, and who's my driver, he was like, "You're going to drop signal just around the corner before you get to the post. You do realise." And so I'd run for about a mile, just waffling on and on and on, in a state of euphoria, and it cut out literally just before I got to the post. So I had all these messages like, "Did you finish?" Like, yes, I finished. But yeah, it was fantastic. You know, everything I'd worked really, really hard for, and we managed to raise lots of money as well. It was all those flood of memories, and yeah, relief that I'd finished. So that was by far the best day.
I've had the pleasure now of meeting and speaking to Menna a few times, and trust me when I say she is not done. She has got plenty more planned, like this.
So I wanted to run around Wales to incorporate the Welsh Coastal Path and Offa's Dyke. I'd initially I'd applied for the world record, but sadly I can't go for that because apparently there are too many discrepancies in the start stops and everything. So I'm just going to go for the FKT. I say just, I mean, it's, you know, it has it. Benchmark. So so that was my plan for this summer. However, you know, obviously with what's going on at the minute, it's as and when. So if not this summer, then definitely next year. I've got another country in mind, but you know, again, that'll be a year after Wales or two. So I don't know. There's lots going on anyway. I bought a dog last year, and she's a Bracco Italiano. So I'm really looking forward to running around Snowdonia with her and camping and having some adventures. And so lots planned, but obviously it's as and when for us all at the minute, isn't it?
Massive thank you to Menna Evans for coming on and chatting to us here on Run Through TV. Please do subscribe. We're getting close to 1,000 subscribers now, and it would be good to hit that very, very soon. Give this video a thumbs up as well if you haven't yet. And anyone else you'd like to see on Run Through TV in the near future, please do pop them in the comments box below.